like me.
No, I don't like it that much.
Okay.
We're live.
Hi.
That's
Oh, shit,
exciting.
we're live. All right.
Let's see.
We did say noon.
Wait a second here.
Yeah. Never been live before. It's weird.
I think you can, if you go on Instagram, you might be able to also see our live. Make sure it's like running.
Do that.
Let's see. I don't know. I also don't know.
Not a clue. Boink.
I'm gonna see if it's working.
Tags, reels, grid. No idea.
I don't know either.
Just drinking beer live on the internet with nobody.
Yep.
Should I make a story that we're going live?
It says, we have, Larissa has joined.
Oh, hey.
So we are live. Okay, it's
We are
working.
live. Yay.
Hi. I'll give it a few minutes.
Hi. All right. Massive list. Oh, so many things. What we got in here? Larissa, No Bounds. What's up?
Hank!
Just gonna wait a few minutes, try to get a few more people. I'm gonna go over the list. We've done a lot of stuff to Hank.
Yeah, welcome to Hank.
A lot of stuff.
It's been a busy couple weeks, so we figured we'd do a live and catch up because we've been pretty radio silent lately.
You can fit a beer in the door.
What? Aw.
Perfect. So here's the massive list we're going over. We've done all that so far. There's some stuff we still have to do.
Oh, I think we got Anthony. How's it going? Long time no see. Oh, my dad. Hi, Dad.
Sunday fun day. If you're curious what I'm drinking. Well, while we're waiting for people, you guys can ask questions.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. If you have any questions,
Yeah.
let us know. We'll do our best to answer some.
Yep. Wondering why we picked a 50-year-old vehicle.
We're also asking ourselves that question.
Missing a few up here, you know. Oh, your dad said hi.
I know, I said hi.
Oh, okay, you said hi. We have 4 people. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have no watch on. So we're gonna wait like 5 more minutes and then we'll get going with this list thing. Kind of go over everything we've done. And need
How's
to do.
Hank? Hank is running and doing great.
Yeah. And stopping.
And stopping.
Without leaking. Which was a bit of a problem when we bought him. Like, everything leaked pretty much. So I've fixed almost all of it. Oh, I guess all of it. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't leak anymore.
It doesn't leak.
He runs, he drives, but we're sitting on the tires that have been, I think the last time it was registered was 2014. So those tires have been sitting in a field. So we only drove it up and down Heather's driveway.
Yeah, so we have new tires coming. They were supposed to be in Friday, but they didn't get done in time. So we're hoping Monday we'll pick them up, and then we can actually drive it a little bit more and, work out the kinks and stuff. But so far, it runs and stops. Very important things.
And yes, the weather is nice. It's like 70 and slightly cloudy. So
Weather.
It's really nice.
The weather in Maine in September is the best.
Selling Hank eventually, but we're actually fixing Hank up for ourselves, and then we're gonna, I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, do something else, but we're gonna sell our big van and downsize into Hank because, I don't know, seemed cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool van. It seems like we'd be losing a lot of luxury in our van that we can stand up in, but I think it'll be worth it to have a really cool, unique, personal van.
Yeah. So the actual length really isn't much shorter. From the back of the driver's seat to the end is 10 feet in Hank. And in our current van, it's only 12 feet. So we'll have to make a convertible bed this time, and we won't have as much storage space. But we decided that we traveled with so many hobbies for the last like year and a half, 2 years, that we still really only got to do a few at a time. So instead of driving around with all of our crap, we will go on smaller trips and then like specifically, okay, hey, we're going out to hike, so we'll grab all our hiking gear and then bebop back down to Florida, pick up our dive gear, stuff like that. We figured it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, the main difference is in the big van we can stand, and in this van we cannot fully stand.
Nope.
So it will be a lot more outdoors, outdoor living, not so much indoor.
Yeah, it's gonna be way different from our other design, which right now we're not doing really anything besides rattle trap, which, well, sound deadener, same damn thing. All it is like a tinfoil type thing on top of a rubberized stuff that sticks, and all that does is reduce vibrations in the metal, so it reduces the sound. But the aluminum tape that's over it also reflects heat back to you, so this way it helps with insulation as well. It's pretty useful stuff.
Is Hank 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive?
Sadly, only 2-wheel drive. They do make a 4-wheel version, and we have scoured the internet, and we haven't found a single one for sale.
It's called the Quadravan.
Yeah, super cool
Pretty
name.
sick.
But I'm sure you could probably convert this one if you wanted to. Oh, hey, Emily joined. What up?
Emily, hey!
You should be proud of us. We're finally doing it live.
How's gator bait?
Oh, thanks for following, Anna. I appreciate it. We're just doing things and stuff and figuring out life. All right, I think it's been like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so
We're going to start. So we had planned to kind of go over all the stuff we did to Hank, just to give you an idea of how hard we've been working, not to toot our own horn, but we've been regular work and then working till about 8, 9 o'clock every single night, and then all day on the weekends. So we've put nothing but our hard work and effort into Hank.
little blood, sweat, and tears, and
Definitely a lot of blood, lots of blood. But just to give you an idea, Hank, so when we found him, found it on Marketplace, and there's a Larry's Auto Shop not far from here, and he had this because he wanted it as his own project, because what they do is fix up old vehicles, like this one, like classics, and then sell them. So he just realized he had way too many projects, like most of us do, and put it up for sale. I saw it and was like, man, this thing's badass. Let's go look at it. And I had no intention on buying it. I just wanted to go look because we were looking for a new project so we could flip it and start making some money. End up looking at it, and he let it run for like 30 minutes. It ran perfect. It leaked, but the engine is strong and it sounded really good. And the main frame and all that is all solid. The axles, all the important stuff that needs to be sturdy is sturdy. So we decided to buy it. And then we started. We've probably put maybe like $2,000 into it so far. But I replaced every single brake line in here. That's the first thing. And then all brake pads all the way around. And the little cylinder, these are drum brakes, so they have tiny little cylinders on the inside. Instead of that piston that goes over your big brake disc, it's just inside. I had to replace those in the rear because one was so clogged and damaged that it wouldn't even allow any fluid to get through. Along with that, the rear axles were both leaking, so I replaced the flange gaskets on those. Also had to replace the oil seals, which is on the rear drums on here. The rear differential has the rear diff fluid, and that goes to each axle that goes into the wheel. Now, inside the drum needs to stay dry. So that little channel where the axle is has seals, and that's what I had to replace. And some idiot hammered the hell out of the drum, so it was actually had a very large dent in it, which is why the seal, when it was replaced, kept leaking. So I actually had to sand that down and clean it all up and then reseal it. So that was done too. And then
So long story long, the brakes are like 90% new or 95% new. There's like just a few little pieces that
yeah, there's about 7 or 8 inches of brake line that's still what was in it. because there was no point, because it was still really good. Yeah, so then all the bleeder valves on all the brakes too. Pretty much the entire thing. And then the rear differential was leaking, so I went ahead and cleaned that up. New gasket, new diff fluid. I checked all the gearing in this thing and was really happy. There is no sign of stress on those whatsoever. No cracks, no rounding where it's supposed to be square, like nothing. So this thing looked really good. So that was all the brakes, which sounds like a lot, because it was. I've been under the van working on brakes for like 2.5 weeks. Everything takes about a week to get here, because, we're in Maine. And that's been most of it. But after that, I also needed to do fuel lines, because the fuel lines that were in here were literally just kind of like stuck together with hope and dreams, and it was really bad. Like, they used regular like silicone tubing on it, and you could see it shrinking and warping due to the fuel. So we replaced the entire fuel line. Then I added an inline fuel filter, because we kind of want to take Hank to Baja. And other countries, you can't really rely on the gas, so I just went ahead and slapped in a filter. This way, the engine only gets good stuff.
My dad said I didn't realize Hank ran at all. Yeah, Hank runs great. It's got a sweet V8 in it. We'll show you guys around in a minute, but...
Yeah, he did get dropped off, though, on a tow truck.
Did arrive on a tow truck.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. And let's see, then there's also a fuel return line. So replace that. So basically every line that runs fluid that's important for going and stopping is all replaced.
So now it goes and stops.
Yeah, it goes and stops pretty well, actually. Let's see. Then I undercoated. So I knocked off 50 years of rust and dust. A lot. And undercoated the entire thing.
It was so much that he got like the Tyvek suits. Right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Tyvek suits.
And they were...
And a respirator, and the pre-filters on the respirators were white when I started and completely black, like just caked when I was done. Yeah. So I was really happy that wasn't in my lungs.
What else we do?
And then let's see. And then for the motor, we did have a leak in the valve covers. So I went ahead and pulled the gaskets and replaced all those in there, and now we're not leaking. And we also painted the valve covers and the air box. We saw a cool blue, we liked it, so we painted it because they kind of looked a little rough. So that's snazzy.
We can show them.
Yeah, we'll show you real quick. Go ahead, grab it.
Yeah,
it looks pretty snazzy.
Take you this way. So there's a gasket right under here on both sides, and that's what Joe was just talking about replacing. And then this was the blue. So I spent a ton of time cleaning this engine up, getting all the grease and grime off of it, and then we painted it with this fun blue that we liked, and it kind of cleaned it up, made it look a little bit more fresh.
Yeah, pretty much the blue is only because we thought it looked nice and, well, looked kind of cool. And that's essentially why we bought Hank too. It's like, this looks cool, why not? Plus, Hank is also, so who I was asking for, it's rear-wheel drive, but it is a manual, and it's 3 on the tree, and it has a 302 V8 in it. So nice part about that is it's not a unique motor. Like, that motor's been around forever, so parts availability is really, really awesome. Yeah,
we've had no trouble finding parts for the motor, but finding parts for seals and gaskets and stuff, that can be a little more challenging.
Yeah, we've had to do a lot of universal fit things and like custom make everything. Let's see.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Oh yeah, Mindy also pulled out the heater. So what's cool about this vehicle is the heater runs off the radiator, and it has a copper tube that goes through it with little fins, and then the blower motor blows past that. So that actually hooks up through your radiator, and Mindy pulled all that out, resealed it, cleaned it up, painted. Looks fantastic. The can is getting empty. Thanks, guys. It's actually my first one. I've been sanding all day, thus the mask. Attempting to reshape the bottom of Hank, because, well, whoever did it last time, unfortunately, did a very bad job at Bondo, so it was like peeling, and it was a mess. So that's what I've been doing all day. Can't drink too much. This is important to try to make a straight line. Let's see. Oh, we fixed the dash. So the dash was this brown color. This van was originally like a beige white, which we've noticed in spots that they missed, but whoever owned it last decided to just paint it brown. They didn't prep or do anything, so the paint peels everywhere, but we went ahead and took the dash apart, and we chose a matte vintage gray. The color scheme of the vehicle is going to be a matte gray with black, and that's just kind of what we like. That's kind of our style, and we think it looked kind of cool on Hank.
Really quick funny story about the paint. So we chose this matte vintage gray that we like out of all the different grays in the world, and you missed.
I missed. Dropped my beer.
And I went
It's
to order 2 cases of it because we're also doing the outside the same color. And apparently there is a paint shortage now, and hopefully we can get 12 cans in this week. But the guy was like, "Yeah, we cannot special order that right now because there is a paint shortage." So we'll see. Hopefully we get more of the
shortage. Literally everything up here has been a shortage, and
we don't need to get into all that. But
yeah, it's just ironic that like we're going for normal things like sanding discs and just like normal stuff you buy for projects. All that stuff's been out of the store, so we've had to basically jump from one store to another. Not complaining, just stating that we've probably driven 500 miles just to buy stuff within a 10-mile radius.
Yeah, that's a pretty good estimate, I think.
Yeah. But
what else we do?
Let's see. So we flushed the radiator completely. I ended up flushing it like 3 times because it was just kind of gross, but now it's good to go.
Should we go up to the front?
We can go up to the front.
All right,
yeah.
Let's move up over here so you guys can see what we're talking about. First, I want to show you... sorry. This is what Joe was talking about. So this is the heater right here. And you actually, it's all just like manual, but it comes through the hoses and heats through your engine, through your radiator and everything. So that was kind of cool. But in order to take it out, we had to detach it and completely drain the radiator, which ended up working out because we did need to do a radiator flush on it. But at the time, I wasn't really planning on doing a radiator flush. But yeah, pulled it all out. Let's put this right here. And ended up doing a full flush. All right. Are we grabbing another beer?
Yeah, I
nice.
can't have Twink calling me out.
This is just covered because Joe was doing some Bondo work. Where's the thingy?
What thingy?
To hold it up. There we go.
Yeah. Get it in the hole.
All right. Can you see? Haha.
Where are you going?
To get my beer.
Oh yeah, to get your beer. So this whole thing was pretty interesting looking. The battery had a tray that was literally non-existent. So I went ahead and took all that out. Well, what was remaining of it, it was 2 pieces of sheet metal and a bunch of rusty things. So I just hand-shaped, made a new tray, riveted the whole tray in, and then every bit of black on the outside, we're just using a 2-in-1 rust preventative Rust-Oleum undercoat. It's also kind of a flat finish, it's more durable. And then this will be the gray that we're going with if we can ever find it. But yeah, built all that up, put in a new battery, put in a battery holder because that was non-existent.
New battery cables.
New battery cables because those also were so bad that when I picked it up, the end fell off. Like, I ran the vehicle, and then when I took the battery off, it literally, the connector just fell off. I'm like, okay, that's safe. So, fixed that up. And then moving on, brake lines in the reservoir right here. All this was actually good to go except for the lines. So, fixed all that up, cleaned and flushed the radiator. And then there is a horn back here that I accidentally screwed. Literally dropped the screw in it, and now it doesn't work, so there's that. Yeah.
Screwed the horn.
Screwed the horn. But the thing about Hank is everything worked. Like, minus the whole leaking and not stopping thing. But the lights all work, the windshield wipers work, all the gauges work. And before we got it, Larry did a bunch of work to it, which we were super happy about. He did new fuel pump. He did new distributor cap, new points, new spark plugs, oil change, did all the stuff we were going to do anyway. So that was really nice. That made it a lot easier. And we also have a new gas tank as well and a new sending unit. So all the whole fuel system is basically brand new, which is really great because it's old. But that's pretty much what we did up front.
What else did we do? Where's our list?
Oh, I have a... Oh, it's a list. Sorry, this is a really long list, and this is like seemingly drawn out, but we just want you to know what we did, okay?
I'm doing a lot of work.
You've been busy as hell. All right.
Where else?
Accidentally screwed the horn. That's where I left off. Oh yeah, you did your. Let's go inside.
Go back inside.
Back inside.
All right, we're going. Which side? Inside.
Either side.
All right, we're going back inside. Let's go this way. You going this way?
I'm going right here. Oh yeah, Hank has a moonroof. Isn't that kind of neat? It's super engineered. It does not open because it was leaking. But we're gonna pull it out, refurb it, and put a screen over it. And we're gonna put a fan in the back, so this way.
Can it see?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I can see me.
Okay.
But this way, with the fan in the back, it'll pull air through the front, and we'll have a screen, so that'll be really, really nice, because we're going from 2 fans to 1, and it doesn't seem like a huge difference, but in a small space, the airflow is crucial, especially with that one.
Oh, you.
Just kidding. Let's see. So, visors. Mindy redid these. You can go ahead and talk about that.
Oh, I just wrapped them with vinyl and did a nice little trim on them. It still got tape because it's curing, but yeah, I refurbished those. We gave the dash a facelift. Oh, I spent like 6 days on this gauge assembly and it's still not perfect. For anybody who is watching, I was asking for suggestions on clearing hazy plastic, and I've tried everything. Like every TikTok trick there is in the book, I've tried it and it's still hazy. So, it's as good as it gets. What else did I do up here? Started rattle trapping it. Oh, I redid the whole doghouse. So there's a doghouse that goes on top of the motor here. And it had some old, crappy, probably asbestos insulation in it. So I ripped off. Definitely asbestos.
Yeah, 100% asbestos.
So I did wear a mask, ripped all that off, and put new rattle trap type of insulative liner in it. So that's going to be really real nice. Painted it, got it all fixed up, put a new gasket on it and everything. So I can't wait to put that back in here, which we probably should put it in here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we do up here? That's about it. Oh, I've been
vinyl wrap that headrest thing.
Oh yeah, I vinyl wrapped. I don't know if you can. Oh no, you can't see it in the camera right now. If you just turn it slightly. There you go. So I also vinyl wrapped that, which is holding up really nice. It's looking good.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain. All this stuff.
So this is where the radio did go, but when we got it, there was no radio in it. We do have plans to I want to put like a 10-inch screen on here. It's going to be sick. It's going to be awesome. I've also been pulling out the seals. So you can show on that door right next to you, all the seals.
So all the seals, everything leaked and was dry rotted and cracked. So we're pulling all that out, putting in universal gaskets. They do the same thing. As long as we don't get water in here, we don't really care. It'll look fine. You going to add any additional windows? No. We don't plan on it. Now, if I see something really cool in like a junkyard, maybe I'll cut a hole, but honestly, we don't really need to. Because since Hank is more of an outdoor vehicle, so we don't really feel the urge to put in more windows, because there are 2 windows on the back doors, and then we have the windows here and a moonroof, so light's not going to be an issue. We're also lighting our van different than last time. When we build it, we're putting in LED strip lighting everywhere that's color changing. So
rather than the pucks that we used last time.
Yeah, we're trying something new, mainly because we can. Not necessarily that the puck lights we have are bad, it's just we're trying something new because it's fun.
Can you grab the camera?
Yeah.
Come this way. So some of the old original ones have a cool teardrop window right here, and that would be pretty cool, but we'd have to find one.
It's hard to find parts right now, but maybe. We're not going to actually start building out the van until we get down to Florida. So right now everything we're doing is to basically get it to, well actually it is street legal. We do have insurance, we have a transport plate, so it is technically street legal. And then once we get the new tires and wheels, which we did order, once they come in, probably Monday or Tuesday, and put them on, this thing's good to go, minus mirrors, which are also on order, and they'll be here in another week.
Did we have anything else we did on our list?
Tons. So back to the list. We covered that. Oh yeah, so
come this way.
come
friends.
with me. So, oh yeah, the house we're staying at is our friend's. We're
Under construction.
it's under construction, but thankfully it has a working bathroom and a shower and the awesome bathtub. So that's been really, really critical because I have been so disgusting. Like it's
Not van shower.
not van shower friendly. Like so dirty that I sometimes get out of the shower and she's like, "You're still dirty." Like, okay, cool. Oh, that's a good point. Next step. Well, that's actually what I came around to show you.
Today.
The rockers were completely rusted out, which those are, they run from the, there we go, back up to the front. So that's what's the next step right now is tons of body work. Since everything is good to go on it, she's working on seals, all the body work, and I'm gonna get it to the point where it's ready to paint. And the color scheme is gonna be pretty cool. The bottom we're gonna do in a undercoating, so it's a little more durable because we've noticed that on our van we've got a couple chips and nicks from driving on the road and off-road. And then we'll paint up the top. And that's the goal, to get through it by the time we're done here, which would be awesome. Let's see, what next? We did so much shit.
I know, that's why we made a list.
Yeah, we had to make a list for all the stuff. We actually made a list on what's next as well.
So what did we do? Oh, we put on new wipers. Go back down a little bit really quick. Yeah, we put on new wipers. Joe hammered out all the dents. We ordered our rims and tires, which we talked about. Oh yeah.
Showing the tent.
We put up, because when we bought Hank, the day he arrived, it was raining, and then it did not stop raining. So we bought this garage tent thing.
Hank was flooded.
Hank was flooded. And before we could move him, we were building in here. It was very tight quarters because Hank takes up like the entire space. And yeah, this is
$200 at Harbor Freight.
$200 at Harbor Freight, but it's kind of janky. It might blow away.
That's true. It might blow away. But let's see. The next actual step. So that giant list is what we've already got done in 3 weeks. And what we need to do is we have to finish sound deadening. I'm doing the body work and paint literally every seal in the entire thing. The fan, the moonroof, all the doors. If it's got a seal, it's getting redone.
Yeah, pretty much anything like rubber on this van is dry rotted and
100%.
So.
And then got to mount the mirrors and the seat belts. So the seat belts are mounted on the seat, but they weren't mounted up high. But those were actually installed not stock, because the stock ones were still in that we had to like really work hard to get out because the last person just left them on there and painted over them. It was a little strange.
But we got them out.
But we got them out, so I mean, it's good. Light bulbs all the way around. So the lights work, but we're just going to do fresh light bulbs everywhere. Seat covers. The seats are all ripped up and blue, and we kind of want to go black seats. Oh, thanks. Pretty sweet garage.
Sweet garage, yeah.
And then I ordered a fan, so we're going to go ahead and put in our Max Air fan. We went a little fancier than last time. We have the deluxe fans, which are manual opening and button push, but we decided that we wanted the smoked lens because our buddy had one. I liked it, and then he had the remote too, and he just pushed a button and it shut, and we constantly drive off with ours open. So we bought the fancy one, and we're going to be putting that in since we're only buying one. And then fix the moonroof. So that's the rest of it that we have to do here. And then what I'd like to do is add that giant radio. Mindy wants a 10-inch touchscreen up front. So I was like, okay, I'll update the electronics. We need a backup camera because it may be smaller than our current van, but it's still a giant box on wheels, so it's kind of hard to see. The mirrors that were on it didn't even do anything, like you couldn't see. So we're gonna do that so we don't back it up.
Tent is super loud. We're gonna mosey back over here. That tent is loud in the wind.
Yeah. And then we are lacking. What were we lacking? Oh yeah, we don't have a foot pedal, so it's just a little bar. So I got to put a foot pedal on.
We need a gas pedal.
If anybody knows of a literal foot pedal, like a pedal shaped like a foot that clamps onto the bar, that's about, I don't know, the size of my beer can, that would be super. So let us know if you have any of that, because the only guy I know that has one won't give me it. So there's that. Then we got to fix the steering wheel. it works, but it's cracked, and
it just needs a facelift. It needs
Yeah.
some paint and some, I bought the stuff to like rewrap it, and it's gonna look really nice when it's done.
yeah. So that's all that crazy madness. We're gonna fire it up now so you can hear it, because it's got like a super janky AutoZone exhaust with a cherry bomb on it. So why not? We're gonna fire it up.
You gonna fire it up?
Yeah. I can get past all this shenanigans. Oh, I'm so dusty. And don't worry, I'm not driving it anywhere. Alright, so Frank's, a 1973, so he's a bit of a cranky bitch. So we're going to try this out and see if it fires up on the first try. There we go! So, 3 on the tree! It's a manual. It's awesome.
But yeah, you can see it definitely runs. The engine, it goes.
It's a little windy right here. So I'm going to have to tune up the carburetor because I have no idea when that was done. That's a good point. It runs really good. But I need to tune up the carburetor. As you heard, it was kind of a rough start and a rough idle. Once it gets warmed up, it's good. But I figure once I pull the carburetor apart, give that a good clean, maybe put in new jets, that's going to run really good. We don't plan on doing anything to like upgrade horsepower or anything. It's a van, and the whole point of this van, unlike our other one, was to go back roads. So we want to go slow, 55 mile an hour cruising, just having a good time, versus the other van putting 40,000 miles on it in a year and a half.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a more cruise the road kind of thing, not hauling back and forward super fast.
Yeah, it's only a 3-speed, so I think 70 miles an hour, and we're already pushing it. And we'll probably get a whole 15 miles to the gallon, but that's really not the point of Hank. Hank is more because it was cool, and we wanted to try something different, and I've wanted a project for a long time of like just something ridiculous. And
it's been ridiculous.
And we found it. Yeah, so we bought it. But this is going to be great in here. Like, this is all going to be cleaned up, and we're going to have modern electronics. So in the other van, if you guys remember, I installed new USB plugs because the ProMaster comes with one, so I installed 2, but they're also 3 amp, so they charge everything way faster. It's not a hard thing to do, so if you're interested in doing that, it's really, really, really straightforward. But we're going to install a couple of those. There's going to be a giant light bar on the top because I'm going to build a custom roof rack again. And then all those switches and things are going to be all right up in here with a giant screen. And the reason we want a big screen is because there isn't a radio anyway. So we'll go ahead and put one in. And then it will Bluetooth to our phones. So we can use our phones, Google Maps, all of that we already use anyway. But now have it on a big screen. So that's kind of cool. And other than that, we're really just keeping it super simple and minimal up here.
Do you guys have any specific questions we could answer? Either anything about builds in general, Hank specifically, or anything at all? What we've been up to? We've been chilling in Maine for a while.
Yeah, we've been here like 6 months.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Do a little, you want to walk around the whole thing? Like show the back and stuff? It's got
Yeah.
this cool...
Yeah, let's do a walk around.
Do a quick little
We did a fire
walk
up.
around.
Oh, the e-brake works now. That's super. Because it didn't work when we got it, and now it does. So what had happened is those seals that I fixed in the back, if the seal isn't working, all of that differential fluid gets into the brake drum, and that saturates into your brake pads, so that when you go to brake, nothing happens because they just slide. So now that's fixed, and this brake over here that you rip up, that's how we park it. Since it is manual, we go ahead and put the e-brake on every time. It's just kind of nice. Oh, and the windows work. We would show you, but all the seals are out right now. So that's, yeah, everything worked. It's crazy.
Oh, I'm stuck. Let's go this way. Here,
All right.
grab it.
So we'll do a walk around outside tour. I know we've put a couple pictures. Oh, thanks, Bully. Yeah, the thing sounds pretty good for being an AutoZone exhaust. We will fix that too, but I mean, it sounds fine. But it exits like right here. We don't want it to exit right there because...
Right at the door.
Yeah, that's really like, that's going to plume in. So I'm going to extend that towards the back and exit right out in front of the rear tire. I figure that's going to be good. So this way, if I need to fire up Hank to let him warm up, because, well, he's old. He needs to warm up a little bit. This way, it's not going to like plume into the van. Let's do a walk around. I'll walk around with you.
Oh, you can do it.
Okay, I'll do it. All right. I'm talking today, apparently. So, Hank, it's really weird. Turn it that way. Awesome. So these latches are super strange. You have 3 positions. And if you want to shut the door to slam shut, you put it there. If you want to shut it your own, you push it forward, shut it, and then it locks in, and then this door works just fine. I don't know, it's just how they did it back in the day. It's kind of cool. But we have those 2 doors, which is really nice. And then coming around the back, one thing we don't like about Hank, which I'm probably going to rig, turn it that way a little bit, I'm probably going to rig this up, is you can only open the back door from the outside, which we don't really like that. We like to have multiple egress options. Although we lived in our other van with the bikes on the back, so we can never get out the backside. But we like to have the option. This is pretty cool. We like these little things. I don't know what they're called, but they're neat, and we're gonna keep them. But then you open right up. That's pretty large. I think it's about 4 foot wide here, about 6 foot on the inside ish, and then about 4 foot high in the opening. But like I said earlier, it's 10 feet all the way to my seat, and our bed's gonna go along this side over here. So we'll have basically the idea for now is like toilet, all hidden away, bed with under storage, and then from there on the right side, we'll end up having our electronics, our kitchen. We're going the same style this time that we did in the last van, which is a little hand pump and a water system, because it's just worked out really well. And in this small van, we really don't want to mount any extra tanks or anything. But that's there. Oh yeah, you see this spot right here? That's where the Max Air fan's going. So for a backcountry road, this is seriously the busiest road.
This is the busiest country road I've ever been on. But anyway, I mean...
Hey, I want to see you too, Jesse and Ashley. And all the dogs. No, we're not going to keep both. We are going to sell our very much perfectly good new-ish van and jump in old Rusty over here. The reason we called him Hank is because of South Park Mr. Hanky, because he's a big turd. That's literally it.
Basically a rolling turd.
Yeah. So. It's a shit box, and we're just fixing it up because it's fun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to do that, but I think we're going to roll with Hank for a little while. Going to sell the big one, and we'll swap out gear as we need. And yeah, we'll probably only keep it for 6 months to a year. Bebop around in that, and probably go... Sorry. Busy
and it's windy. We can't tell if you can hear us very well, sorry. No, we're not going to raise the roof. We might party a little bit, but I don't have a welder or anything here, so we're going all hand tools, and we're keeping this one a little more low-key. What we will do, though, is with the lack of storage inside, is I'm going to put a rooftop box, so this way we can at least have more storage.
You should jump in and stand.
Oh yeah. So this is really really good standing height.
There we go.
Yeah, we can kind of get dressed. You can like put your pants on, then you sit down, you put your shirt on, wash,
Be like brushing our teeth, like this.
Yeah. We're gonna do a convertible couch bed. Basically, it's gonna be really long, and we'll be able to chill, but we won't be able to stand, which is fine. Ugh. Oh, cool! You can hear fine. Awesome.
Good to know.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much to go over because this thing is just ridiculous.
Not named after Hank Williams Jr.
No, because that would be named after somebody who's awesome.
This is named after a turd.
Remember, it's also a Ford, found on road dead. That's what it is.
It's funny. Yeah, I mean...
let's see. I do want to try to find a swivel mount if I can, so for Mindy's seat. So this seat is kind of weird. It sits really far back, which I'm sure you saw in the front when we were up there. Her seat's 1.5 feet or so behind my seat, so we thought it'd be perfect to swivel it. I might have to custom make one when we get to Florida, but for now that's what's going to work. And I don't know, I think it's going to fit everything we need. On the rear doors, what I didn't show you is we actually have an external tire mount. So this thing right here, I'm cutting that out because we don't need to mount the tire on the inside anymore. So we're going to mount it back on the outside where it was. 1, we thought it looked neat. 2, it was already there, so we're just repurposing it.
And it's super easy to get to your spare if it's just mounted on the back.
Yes. But yeah, that's actually part of the reason for finding a different, more simple build. Seriously, how can we be on a country road? Anyway, we're going more simple with everything with Hank. Just kind of making sure we're more in the moment. Like in our other van, we have everything you could possibly need. Like we have enough power to run our laptops. We have basically everything except air conditioning, which in a van is, yeah, we don't have that much money. So everything's super simple in the build, including the age of the build. So all of it's pretty easily fixable. Finding parts is kind of difficult, but at the same shot, most of the parts are available that are going to break. So like your gaskets that leak, all those little things, spark plugs, all that junk is like super easy to find. Yeah, I feel like I've been rambling for a while. Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I think we kind of covered everything we're doing. We are going to do live and do more build stuff later, so we haven't been filming as much, mainly because this is just all like work on the van to get it to drive to Florida, which is what we're doing. Is I'm going to drive this thing 1,400 miles back to our house in Jacksonville, and then we'll build it down there for the actual van build, which is what most of you are probably interested in. But I think it's also good that everybody sees you can do this. If you know how to turn a wrench and look up stuff in a book or online, you can pretty much figure out most of this stuff. So it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, unlike modern vehicles, this is more mechanical rather than computers. Mm-hmm. Everything doesn't have a sensor. Everything's not computer run. It's not all electronic. It's very manual, very mechanical, like levers. Things run with like levers and wires and physical stuff, so it's been really interesting to work on. And I think
the wiring harness in this thing, instead of being like an inch thick, has like 4 wires, so that's pretty great. Oh, thanks. Yeah, anybody can jump into it if you're willing to get dirty and work your ass off. So that's the big thing.
Yeah, that's been. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all we have for now. I'm going to work on these back gaskets. If you want to stick around and hang out, you're more than welcome to, but we're going to, I think, get back to work.
Yeah, super fun.
Also, my beer's empty.
Yeah, we'll keep checking up, and we'll probably stay live for my watch that's not on.
Oh, it's already been 50 minutes. So.
Wow, 50 minutes. So we'll probably stay live for like another half hour or so. We're just getting after it, doing work, so if you're interested in that, cool. If not, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
This was our first live, and the fact that we had even more than one person makes us happy.
More than my dad.
That's true, more than just family. So it's been pretty fun.
I hope you guys are having a great weekend, too. It's been a good weekend. It's been really nice weather here. I don't know how it's been where you are, but it's been really nice here.
Yeah, I'm going to get to work now.
All right.
Yeah. I have about 6 days worth of sanding to do, so I'm going to go do that.
And I'm going to work on removing some of these rear gaskets. So I'll show you what I mean by they were all like cracked, and if you see, this is barely even pliable anymore. It's just cracked and almost solid at this point. You can see Like this, for example. Just lets water right in. Bye, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm glad it's nice where you are. That's good.
Hell yeah.
So let's see. I need some tools. A little box here. So I've been removing all these seals with a razor blade, and let's see. I've just been like sliding it, because these are like, in some spots they're lifted off, like right here, it just peels right off, and then in other spots it's sealed on with like impenetrable seal, like crazy. Just take it off with this razor blade. I'm going to do this side too. It has a double seal. And it just pops right off. There we go. So you can see how much of that just literally fell right off. Oh, wow. Even more than I was expecting. Some spots come off super easy. Here we go. That's one seal off. And after that, you can see there's like a bunch of residue on here. So in order to stick the new seals, gotta get that off. Since we're like repainting and putting new seals on, I just been scraping it off kind of aggressively. Not too worried about scratching the paint and all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll just, let me get some safety glasses. I don't want to get anything in my eyes. Also, Joe's sanding a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna put on a mask. think I'm gonna turn the live stream off here in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Updating everybody.
Yeah, that was fun.
Who's that?
I think nobody. Alright. Then after that, I take the rotary tool and kind of grind off the rest of it, and I'm gonna paint and prep them for new seals. And yeah, they'll be nice and watertight when we're done with it. But I think, you wanna come say bye?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna actually get to work now. So thanks for joining us.
We're out of here.
Ah!
All wrong with her. How did the light off?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See y'all.
Bye.